have you here today. What came first, music or the musician?
Well, I think music has been out there. The musicians found a way to tap into the physics that makes music possible.
Music, definitely. One of my earliest memories was being over my mother's shoulder, and I think James Brown was playing. I remembered distinctly feeling that I was tapping on her back, and I could feel that it was in time. I could feel that there was a rhythm and that I felt it. The song turned me on, and then I turned into a musician, so it happened quickly.
What was your first musical instrument?
Always was this darn sewer pipe.
Really?
Was and still is.
Why?
Actually, I stood in the drum line with 50 other kids, and between the band director and my parents, might makes right, they taught me into playing this thing because I would have no competition, be first chair. They didn't tell me that it took a heck of a lot of air to fill this darn thing, and I couldn't reach the last positions down there because my arms weren't long enough. Then I got braces on my teeth. Do you want to hear any more of this horror story?
No.
But I stuck with
Persevere.
it, and I'm so glad I did.
Can you tell us about your first professional performance?
The first one, I think, was at an Air Force base. I think I made $50 or something like that, and I was 14.
What was one of the songs?
Gosh, probably Love! Love will keep us together.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a big Mr. Lamb,
Yeah.
when did you discover your singing voice?
Well, I'm still trying to find it, really. I would say really not until the 90s that I really feel certain that this is what I was meant to do. I mean, up to that point, it was like I was writing songs and playing with the band and singing the best that I could, but always with a lot of self-doubt.
In your formative years, who were your singing heroes?
Marvin Gaye,
Elton John,
Elvis,
Earth, Wind and Fire,
later the Beatles,
Maurice White,
Mel Torme,
Philip Bailey.
Little Richard, and unchain my heart, baby, let me go. Unchain my heart, 'cause you don't love me no more. Yeah, Ray Charles.
One of my biggest inspirations actually came back in '73, I think it was. We did a television tribute to Duke Ellington, the late Duke. Duke Ellington was dying of pneumonia. They wheeled him into the wings, covered with blankets. They took the blankets off. He's dressed to the nines in his tux, white tie. They give him a bounce of gamma globulin, whatever it was. They helped him out of the chair. Boom! He hit the stage and conducted the orchestra, conducted A-Train like a 20-year-old kid, faced the audience, took an applause, came back off stage and slumped into the wheelchair. After the show, we ran over to Mr. Ellington, stooped down and said, excuse us. We just wanted to thank you for the honor of being invited without missing a beat. He looked up at us and this huge grin came on his face and he said, on the contrary, young man, it is I who am honored because you're the next Duke Ellingtons. That I will never forget. That was a defining moment.
Why do human beings write songs?
They're compelled to write songs. There's nothing more important than music to an adolescent because their hearing is at an all-time peak and they're just discovering love. So somebody has to step up and write those songs.
Tell me about 25 or 624. Tell us, what does it mean?
I was living with a bunch of people up above Sunset Strip, up above the Whiskey A Go-Go. I wanted to write a song about writing a song. I wanted to write a song that would describe the room. I wanted to describe the view. I wanted to talk about what time it was when I wrote the song.
And what comes first, the lyric or the music?
For me, the music usually comes first. I have a backlog of writings that I draw from occasionally, but, you know, the music first.
What kind of man would I be? How did that song come about?
As I was trying to figure out if I wanted to go through with the operation or not, I'm only kidding. Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Bass
We can
notes
actually play it.
Yeah?
He plays it great.
What kind of man would I be? Living a life without any meaning.
I think you made the right choice.
Exactly. When I joined Chicago, it was at the peak of their record-selling career right after Chicago 17. So at the time, I was writing songs to fit a mold. To tell you the truth, that was classic craftsmanship to try and write a hit song that was in the vein of the 80s. The whole motive and intent has changed, and now it really is an expression of who I am. I love What Kind of Man Would I Be? It was the biggest hit song that I've written. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of it. I'm really glad that things have taken the turn that they have, because I'm having a great time.
If you weren't a musician, what the heck would you be?
Wow.
Jeez. I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Had this not happened, I would have most likely tried to pursue something musically, because it's in my
Like
blood.
teaching or something?
Something.
Yeah.
I went to school for it.
Yeah.
It was a passion since I was a small boy. But I think we've outlived any of our own expectations by so far. I mean, this has become a phenomenon. Like Robert said, we're going to do this until we can't do it anymore. Like Picasso, he dropped dead painting.
What is the key to your success?
Willingness to work.
Realizing that I'm just like everybody else.
Good fortune.
Not forgetting where you came from.
I think I've found a way to make music and write lyrics that resonate with a lot of people. I'm guessing here.
What's the best part about being in Chicago?
We get to play music all the time, and I'm never going to stop. Well, before we step on stage, I want to be on stage. I want to get on stage. I want to get on with it.
Yeah. Mr. Pankow, of the vast repertoire of songs, what's the one that's the most fun for you to play?
My favorite brass arrangement is one of Robert's, and that is a song called Beginnings. I thank Robert for a great song.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.